You may not have realized it, but this moment was divinely orchestrated. While many things around you may feel uncertain, there is a sacred protection that has never left your side. The words inspired by Psalm 91 echo in the spirit realm even now, and they are being released over your life with power and precision. You are not here by chance. This message has found you because your soul was ready to receive it. You have walked through dark valleys and felt the weight of invisible battles. Yet, even when danger surrounded you, something greater always stood between you and destruction. It was not luck. It was the shelter of the Most High. The unseen wings that covered you were real, and today, you are being reminded of that heavenly refuge. I was sent to tell you, you have not been forgotten. While others may overlook your pain or dismiss your silence, heaven has never stopped watching over you. Every tear has been counted, every whisper heard. You are under divine surveillance, not to judge, but to guard and guide. Your path has been carved with intention. There are promises written over your life that are still active. Promises of safety, of restoration, of abundance. The enemy has tried to shake your confidence, but this is your awakening moment. No arrow formed against you shall prosper. You are covered, shielded, and destined to overcome. Even when you laid down in fear, angels stood at the corners of your room, their swords drawn, their light surrounding you. Though you couldn't see them, your soul felt the calm they brought. That was not imagination. That was a divine encounter. You are never truly alone. You've questioned your strength, but I tell you, your endurance is admired in heaven. There is more power within you than you've ever known, because those who dwell in the secret place of the Most High are not ordinary. They carry a light that cannot be extinguished, even by the darkest night. Your name has been spoken in heavenly places, not with condemnation, but with compassion. There are prayers you forgot you prayed that are now coming into season. Delays were never denials. They were divine timing preparing the way for something greater than you imagined. Doors are being unlocked even as you read these words. Not just physical doors, but spiritual ones. Doors of discernment, healing, clarity. What once confused you will now make sense. What once hurt you will now heal you. This is part of the covering found in Psalm 91. Your enemies are being scattered without you lifting a finger. The battle was never yours. It belonged to the Lord. You were just asked to remain still, and that obedience is now producing visible fruit. There's a shift taking place, and it is working in your favor. The voices that once spoke against you are being silenced, not by force, but by the undeniable evidence of God's hand on your life. Your story will become a testimony that others cannot deny. You will shine, not for glory, but to glorify the one who kept you hidden under his wings. Even in your sleep, heaven moves for you. Angels walk beside your bed, commanding protection with every breath you take. There is no need to fear the terror of night. You are marked by light, and darkness trembles when it approaches you. There is something unique about your journey. Every setback was a setup for this divine alignment. You have not missed your purpose. You have simply been protected from premature exposure. What's coming next will reveal the reasons behind every delay. The storms you endured were not meant to destroy you. They were allowed to prepare you. You are stronger now, wiser, closer to the truth, and heaven celebrates your resilience. You chose faith over fear, and that decision has opened the heavens over your life. A great release is coming. Resources, relationships, revelations. These are aligning with divine timing. Trust the process. The protection of the Almighty ensures that nothing meant for you can be lost, stolen, or delayed any longer. Your family is under this covering too. There's no distance in the spirit. As you draw nearer to divine presence, A ripple effect is taking place. Your prayers are breaking generational patterns. Your light is igniting a new legacy. Let this message be a reminder. You are loved without limits, guarded without conditions, favored beyond human comprehension. And as long as you dwell in His shadow, no harm can consume you. This truth is your weapon. Declare it, believe it, live it. Some will not understand the transformation you are undergoing. But don't waste time explaining the divine to those who only see the natural. Keep walking. Heaven's light is guiding you even when the path seems unclear. You have been chosen for more than survival. You were created to thrive under divine purpose. And the covenant of protection over your life is not fragile. It is firm, sealed by sacred promises that no force of darkness can reverse. Watch closely. In the coming days, confirmations will find you. Signs, words, moments of peace in chaos. They will all testify that heaven is speaking. And every time fear knocks, remember, you are hidden under the wings of the Almighty. This is not the end of the message. Heaven has more to say. Keep your spirit open, your heart expectant. You are under divine instruction now, and the best is just beginning to unfold. The time you spent in silence, thinking nothing was happening, was exactly when heaven was working the most on your behalf. While you were sleeping, promises were activated. While you were waiting, doors were being prepared to open before you. Nothing you lived through was wasted. It was all part of a greater plan, aligned with the purpose you carry. Have you noticed how, even in the midst of chaos, there was an unexplainable peace inside you that didn't come from the world? It came from His presence. You were guarded on such a high level that there are still dangers you weren't even aware of. Because the protection covering your life acts even when your eyes can't see. There's something in you the enemy tried to destroy from the very beginning. But what he didn't expect is that, while he launched attacks, you were being strengthened from within. You grew in discernment. You grew in faith. You grew in spiritual sensitivity. Now your perception is sharper, and you begin to see what was once hidden. Every step you took in obedience was recorded. Even those that seemed small or insignificant in human eyes made heaven move in your favor. You've been sowing seeds in the unseen, and now they're starting to bear fruit. You planted faith. Now you will reap evidence. Some people were removed from your path because they no longer had permission to access the new cycle that is beginning. Don't be sad. Heaven is clearing the ground around you so that nothing delays what is coming. Not every loss is a defeat. Many times, it's divine protection. You'll be surprised by reconnections that come with purpose. Healed relationships, reunions with people who also went through transforming processes. What the Father unites, no one can separate. And what He separates is out of love and care. Trust every breakup you've experienced. The voice of God will become clearer to you, not because He will speak louder, but because your spirit will be more attentive. The noise of fear and doubt is being silenced. You are entering a season of revelation, where every word from heaven finds fertile soil in your heart. There will be days when you feel like time is speeding up. That's because dormant promises are being awakened. What you thought would take years will happen suddenly. Supernatural favor will shorten processes. The impossible will become natural to you. The atmosphere around you will begin to react to the anointing you carry. Places you step into will be transformed. People near you will feel peace without understanding why. It's the presence that lives in you manifesting. Don't hide your light. It wasn't given to be dimmed. Angels are receiving specific instructions about you, each of them with tasks related to your protection, provision, and purpose. There's movement in the spiritual realm. Signs will begin to show up in the details. Pay attention to the small confirmations. They carry great answers. Your voice will be used to heal. Your words will carry weight, not because of eloquence, but because of heaven's authority over you. What comes out of your mouth will touch hearts, break chains, and activate destinies. Prepare to be a prophetic voice in the midst of the world's noise. The time of hiding is ending. Now is the time to rise, not for the exaltation of your name, but so that God's glory can be seen through your life. The light you carry is not yours. It's a reflection of the throne. And all will know it was the Lord who placed you there. Miracles will begin to follow you more frequently, but not just material miracles, also invisible ones. Emotional healing, identity restoration, renewal of strength. You'll begin to notice favor in areas that once felt stuck. The place where you failed will be the same where you'll be honored. The scene that was once the stage of your pain will now witness God's glory. Everything will be redeemed. What was shame will become testimony. And you will finally understand why you had to go through all of it. People who once didn't believe in you will now see what heaven saw from the beginning. Your journey will be a visible sign that God still chooses, equips, and transforms. Don't hold on to bitterness. Forgive and move forward. Your future is much greater than any past criticism. Your spiritual gifts are being activated. Visions, sensitivity, prophetic dreams, all will be intensified. But remember, the gifts are not for your glory, but to build others. The more you pour out, the more you'll be filled. There are territories only you can access because you were prepared for them. People are waiting for you without even knowing it. They need the message you carry, the light you shine, the peace you transmit. You will be an answer to prayers you didn't even know were being prayed. Stay in holiness. That's what keeps your connection to heaven pure. It's not about perfection, but separation. You were not called to conform to the world's pattern. You were called to be light, and light does not compromise with darkness. If attacks come, remember, you have backing. Angels surround you. The blood covers you. And there are promises over you that cannot be broken. What God wrote about you remains. What He started, He will finish. You've made it this far because you believed, even without understanding everything. Now it's time to see, time to reap, time to live what was prophesied. And even if human eyes don't see it all, heaven is already celebrating what's being born in your life. There are promises hidden in plain sight, waiting for your eyes to open at the right moment. What you once dismissed as coincidence will now be understood as divine design. Every encounter, every delay, every detour had purpose. Now you're being called to perceive through a higher lens, the lens of heaven. Not everything will make sense to those around you. Some will question your choices, not realizing they are guided by a higher wisdom. Don't let their doubts distract you from the whisper in your spirit. You've been trained in the quiet for a mission that demands courage, faith, and unwavering obedience. Heaven didn't choose someone else for this. You are the one. The fingerprints of your Creator are all over your calling. You were anointed before you were even aware. That sense of not fitting in? It was never rejection. It was redirection. You weren't made to blend in, but to lead in love and light. There's a shaking happening not to destroy you, but to remove the things that can't go with you. Foundations are being tested, not to cause fear, but to ensure your roots are unshakable. What remains after the storm is pure, refined, and unstoppable. You will stand stronger, wiser, and more aligned than ever. You will hear doors closing, but listen closer. You'll hear locks turning on new doors as well. This is not a loss, it's a trade. God is exchanging what's temporary for what's eternal. The blessing won't just visit your life. It will dwell, abide, and overflow in ways you never dared to imagine. Your hunger for truth is what drew this message to you. It wasn't random. It was heaven responding to the longing of your soul. You asked for clarity, and clarity is now rushing in like light through an open window. Let it wash over you. Let it renew your sight, your strength, your spirit. The battles that left you drained were not meant to end you, but to equip you. The scars you carry are not signs of defeat, but of survival. Each mark holds a story, and each story holds power. You are rising not in your own strength, but in the divine strength that never fails. Your prayers have been bottled in heaven. Not one word has been lost, not one tear unnoticed. And now, in divine timing, what was stored is being poured out over you. Expect sudden answers. Expect divine interruptions. Expect heaven to show up in the middle of your ordinary moments. When fear comes knocking, let faith answer. You've been through enough to know that your story doesn't end in darkness. Light always wins. Hope always rises. And you've become a warrior dressed in grace, clothed in purpose, walking in the authority given to you from above. You are not behind. You are right on time. The delay you feared was actually divine preparation. The silence you resented was sacred alignment. Now, you'll begin to move with divine rhythm. No more striving, only flowing. What once felt forced will now feel natural. Do not envy those who seem to be ahead. What they carry may not be yours to bear. Your journey was handcrafted by heaven, unique, intentional, and strategic. You weren't overlooked. You were hidden. But now the time of revealing is at hand. Shine with bold humility. There is restoration coming that will silence every lie spoken over your life. Those who counted you out will watch heaven count you in. What was mocked will be magnified. You will be a living testimony of God's faithfulness, and it will speak louder than any words spoken against you. Dreams long buried are being resurrected. Not just ideas, but divine blueprints. The breath of heaven is being released over dry bones, and vision is returning. This is the season where things that seem dead will pulse with new life. Don't give up. The next move is resurrection. Your obedience in private is now unlocking reward in public. What you did in secret, God is honoring in the open. This isn't about applause. It's about impact. You were faithful when no one saw, and now the fruit of that hidden faithfulness will be undeniable. Every place you were broken will be a place where others find healing. God is recycling your pain into purpose. What once crushed you will now become your testimony. And through it, many will rise. Your healing is contagious. It spreads life wherever you go. You will begin to recognize signs that confirm you're on the right path. Not just spiritual signs, but divine alignments, favor, and provision. What seemed delayed will now be accelerated. It's not your imagination. Things really are shifting. Heaven is moving on your behalf. Let go of the fear that you'll miss it. What is for you will not pass you by. God doesn't tease, He fulfills. The promises over your life are sealed by His word, not your performance. Stay aligned, stay surrendered, and stay expectant. What's yours is coming closer with every step of obedience. New divine relationships will come into your life. Kingdom connections, not for comfort, but for purpose. Together, you'll build, intercede, and move forward. You weren't meant to walk alone. God is sending people who will recognize your value and walk beside you in unity. Forgive yourself. The moments of weakness, the choices made in fear, the detours, release them. Grace is greater. The future calling you is not waiting on a perfect version of you. It's waiting on the surrendered you. Show up anyway. Grace will fill the gaps. You've been trusted with this message because your heart is open and your spirit is willing. Heaven sees you, the angels surround you, and the Father delights in you. This isn't the end. It's only the beginning of the most significant chapter of your journey. Now that your heart has received what heaven has revealed, a shift begins within you. This wasn't just a message, it was a divine activation, a reminder of your identity, your calling, and the protection that surrounds you. Psalm 91 is not merely scripture. It is your spiritual shield, your secret place with the Most High. No evil shall befall you. No darkness shall overcome you. You are under divine covering. But this is just the beginning. Greater revelations are coming, and heaven is calling you to stay connected, to remain awake in the Spirit. Don't let this divine moment fade. Respond. Step forward in faith. Sparkle subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a word sent from above. Each message is crafted to align your heart with God's will and prepare you for everything that's coming. Comment below with the phrase, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." Let heaven see your confirmation. Let others feel the power of your faith. You're not just a listener. You are the reason this message was sent. You are ready. You are chosen. And heaven walks with you.